Hey my scrappy friends, I am going to be working on this layout that is more mixed media focused, but I'm going to be using this beautiful cut file, and I am mixing both my main kit and my TN kit and a few extras stuff from the store. So I'll make sure I let you know the stuff from the Clique Kits store that I'm using. And here's my photo. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm wanting to do on this background. So when I'm not sure, I just like back my photo and kind of go from there. I was thinking about doing like 2 triangles or something with the corner edges. So you're going to see me play with this for a minute, or I don't know, maybe not quite a minute, but it was a minute in real life. Actually, it was longer than that because I played around with it quite a bit, and then I was like, and then I came back to it later. Sometimes that's just what you got to do when it's just not the way that you're thinking. Maybe if I wasn't using the cut file, it would have been fine with the extra, with those 2 pieces. I really like the way that looks. I've done something similar to that before, but it just, with the cut file, it wasn't working, and I really wanted to use the cut file because it's really pretty and it really showcases that dot paper from the kit. So I'm using the kit for this month that features pink Paislee auburn lane. So when in doubt, use mixed media. So what I'm doing, and you're watching me just kind of rehydrate some of the colors that I have in my palette. This is one of the cool things if you use watercolors that are like in the tubes, or you have some sprays that are your favorite and you pour them in a palette. You can just add a little bit of water and rehydrate them, and they last quite a while. It's been a while since I've used these palettes. Now, if you're afraid that you're going to get stuff in it, you know, you can always cover it up, or you could just rinse it out every time and not keep that stuff in there. But I don't mind, for the most part. Any like dust or anything that would happen to get in there, it's really easy. So I'm using quite a bit of some shimmer stuff, and that red like orangey color is from a tube. I think that was one of my tube ones, and I actually had used that maybe around last fall. So I don't always fill these, and I don't use the palettes all the time, but it is a really good tool if you think that you want to have a place to like mix your colors. So I'm also using that palette that's over on the side that is Prima, and those are the tropical flavors, tropical colors. I think that's the one that's tropical. So, but they have this ochre type color, which is the perfect color for leaves for autumn. I mean, it's a yellow that's like, it's like the same color as that cut file paper that I used from the kit. And so I'm also using this red that is from Shimmerz, and that's called Crimson Tide. It is super red, but it is awesome when it dries. It is just like, oh my gosh, it's so vibrant, and it's gonna go with my photo. So, and this is really what I'm doing. I'm just picking colors that are really similar. So that one that you seen me mix at the end and I was talking through is Razzle Dazzle Berry, and that's a vibe spray. And then I mixed in some Penny for Your Thoughts, and that's like a copper color. And so I mixed it really well so that it the copper was true copper, because if you don't mix those, sometimes they kind of separate the color, or at least mine does. But with that raspberry, it looks so awesome. It's like the perfect like reddish brown color that you see in the trees for autumn. So I'm thinking about if I want to maybe just back the cut file up. I still haven't decided if I'm going to use those triangles. I decided not to use the other paper that had, it's like a burgundy, I don't know, it's like a mauve burgundy color with copper inlay, or like a rose gold type of color, and I decided not to use that. So, but I am gonna put these down, and then I decide as I'm putting it down that, hey, I should stitch these, because why not, right? That's gonna give you more of that. So as you can see, I kind of pulled some of the ATG off. It's really easy to do. That's one of the reasons why I like ATG. It has a little bit of give if you don't press down all the way. And so it is all stitched, and so now I'm just kind of figuring, okay, do I want it straight? Do I want it down at the bottom? Do I want it a little bit more diagonal? And that's kind of how I'm going to go about doing it. I know I want my photo kind of down at the bottom, underneath, like in the middle of the Indian summer. And so what I decided to do is that I'm going to take those letters and I'm going to back them, or put them on pop adhesive, like, you know, the foam adhesive that is dimensional, just so it sticks up just a smidge. But I'm going to glue this down. Now, if I was really precise, having like a fine liner glue bottle would have worked absolutely amazing. And I probably would have glued down the Indian summer part a little bit more, because I'm finding on my finished layout that the letters kind of stuck up a little bit more, and so you can't really tell as much that I use pop adhesive, or like the foam adhesive. So that's what I'm doing now. And so now I have it sitting there, and while I was doing this, I had something over top of the layout so that it would you know, like make sure that it started to glue actually down. So this is what it looks like. And so what I'm doing is I decided that I was going to ink it with, I have some One Canoe 2 gold ink, and I don't know, I'm not a big fan of it when you stamp it out. I mean, I used it later on the layout with the date stamp and it worked out fine. But normally I haven't liked it yet, so I don't know, but it worked really good for this. So I just, you know, used my edger tool, which I don't use very often, and then I decided to do the edges of the whole layout, just kind of like have this continuity of what I did to the middle part is on the edges, and it's just going to kind of tie everything together, draw your eye in just even a little bit more. And so yes, I covered up a little bit of that mixed media that I did, and I could have went a little bit crazier with all my splatters, but I really just wanted it kind of simple. I almost wanted it to look a little bit more like stuff was floating down, because we're talking about leaves here. And then I also have that other leaf that is more like a maple leaf with a heart in it, and that also is a different cut file. Those are not from our store at the Clique Kits store, but there are tons of leaves type files. There are some, so know that you can get them. I just had some other files that I decided to use. So yeah. And I mean, I love the way that this looks, and just using that edging really just kind of helped make it look a little bit better. So now I put my photo on foam also, so that's going to be popped up just a smidge, and that'll just kind of help you see some stuff underneath and see the shadows. And then I decided, oh yeah, we have this trim. I'm going to use some of this on the bottom of my my picture. I don't mind covering up my picture a little bit. I mean, really, the only thing at that bottom is my neighbor's fence, and part of my fence. You can't see it because it's chain link, but and there's like not really a lot of space and it's dark. So this kind of really helps just make the picture look really pretty. That purple is going to kind of tie off of the reds that are in there. And now I'm just kind of picking through some of the die. Well, the Traveler's Notebook kit had like some vellum, like flower type pieces. and some cardstock flower pieces. And so I'm going to use that. And then I put I put one piece of paper, and I'm going to add some other stuff later as we get going, just to kind of build that little cluster there. But I decided to put that flower on top, and I really like it. And that flare button is actually from my class that I did. So that was part of the kit, and I got them late, so I didn't get to put them in my album, which I could go back and put it in, but I just thought it worked perfectly. I love the color that has the purple and like some reds and stuff, and so it was perfect. And it says Love in Autumn, and so I put down those rub-ons from the Traveler's Notebook. I really did try to mix different things. So I'm looking at some of the pieces, and I think I picked like a label piece, and what else did I pick? I don't know. Just a couple of things. Not a lot. I have this circle that is from the exclusive stuff that Xenia had designed for Clique Kits, and she is amazing, and all the stuff that goes along with the kits is awesome. And that was from the main kit. So the main kit and then the Traveler's Notebook, I think that was the main, maybe not. I think it was. I know that there's some washi on there, and there's a few other things, but anyway. So I'm just there's that tag. So I'm just putting stuff in. I'm just kind of figuring out where do I want stuff. I wanted one other like floral element, even though my picture doesn't have it's not florally, it's just, leaves. But I thought that that would kind of help bring a little bit of color and some other colors that were on the page together. And so I added also that puffy sticker, and that is from the store. That was an add-on, a really fun add-on. And so I used some stickers. I thought about using that like daisy like flower. It's really pretty, but then I decided not to. I decided that, I just like the couple of things. And I added a leaf, like it's a sprig leaf that I cut out, and that was exclusive for the month. And I think Xenia also designed those, and there's little teeny tiny ones that are on the cut apart sheet that we got, the exclusive. But I cut them out and I used a whole bunch of our papers, and I used, like, the one that I used was from one of the cards from the Traveler's Notebook kit. I think it was in that kit that we got, like, these papers that were from, maybe it was in the main kit. Now I don't remember. But they were like library type cards or whatever. And so it was perfect because there's not really a lot to it. And, I didn't need like a whole bunch. So it worked really well to cut them out. And it just gave a different, unique thing. So now I'm adding sequins. This is the last thing that I'm going to do. This is like near the end of the layout. I always put my glue on first. I like to use liquid glue. I find that for the most part that works pretty well. I mean, if you're really rough with your layouts, it might not last. And then you might want to use more of like the glue dots, but I find the glue dots can dry out and then, I don't know. I've had problems with them. So I think it's just a preference thing. So that's what I like to use. And I use the mono liquid glue, but I actually like glossy accents the best. So that's my go-to, which I don't have any right now. I also have some tacky glue, and that works okay, but you have to be really careful because you have to cut it. So here are close-ups. Don't forget to check out the links below for the stuff that I use. I'll make sure the add-ons that I use are in there. The links are down below. And don't forget to check out the store. Make sure that you let them know that I sent you there. And I will see you guys later. I hope you have a great, great scrappy week. And don't forget to enjoy your kits. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.